It's another one, myself, SK Vibemaker for Rinse TV, Rinse FM, and we bring through the best special guests, and we're talking about some producers that really had a big mark in 2014, HeavyTrackerz. What's going on?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
See man driving a German whip, look like a baller, these and that.
Yeah, you man will have to wait in. Look, you man will have to wait in line. Everybody knows that it's
HeavyTrackerz, it's trackers. Bet when it drops, they'll pull this. I was like, nigga, like, I got caught in the club with a slot. Told my girl that it's not that deep, it's not that deep.
I have to give G-Tank a lot of credit though, because from working with Teddy, like we're talking 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Whenever I got a production from you with that Trackers tag on the beginning, that gave me a nice introduction. So the history goes back, man. So talk to us about that, G-Tank.
It goes back to like where we just, I think, the beginning, the very beginning anyway, it was just me and Ted, me and T-Dot here. And then we was just basically producing for a while now, and then we started off basically off a music game. Then we just ventured out to like buying equipment, having studios, and then I decided to just go solo for a minute. And then eventually you started opening a few doors, but I felt that it wasn't strong enough with like just the team that we've had, because we met Rasad along the way as well, and that's why we formed like the HeavyTrackerz. But HeavyTrackerz was established way before anything, like before even like Rasad joined in, or it was established since then. But as a solo, we was just venturing out into solo careers, and then we eventually just came back together just right before German Rips started. It was just a funny thing that we just thought to ourselves like, oh, you know what? It's more about the brand than anything. So we just joined together and just ran with the name HeavyTrackerz, and then from there, German Week just happened out of the blue. So that was just a blessing, to be honest. That's why we're here, to be honest.
Now, I hear a lot of different stories about who does what, you know what I mean, in HeavyTrackerz. So, T, let's try and get, your perspective on how it goes, the different dynamic of each of you in the studio. Who's the finisher, who's the starter, who tweaks the buttons, who comes up with the ideas?
It's really weird because we all do like different stuff. I can definitely guarantee you Tank definitely makes the most noise, and usually we start off an idea. Rasa is definitely the bass guy and the 808 king, and I just tend to get on the keyboard a little bit more and adding melodies and so on. But we work differently. We work together sometimes, and we work solo sometimes as well. Yeah. And it's crazy in here because obviously you've got the studio in there, and then you've got the lounge over here. So someone will be making a beat in there, someone else will be making more music over here or downstairs or whatever. And you'll have all three of us just walking around, just listening to whatever else other people are doing, and just really trying to get involved. And so it's just a really organized mess, to be honest. That's just how we work. And funny enough, sometimes when we do work together, we always go, hey, we should do this more often, kind of thing, because it goes nuts. But usually someone will start off something, someone will have an idea. Basic example, Nutcrackers. I remember I had the idea for it about a few years back. Found a sample, passed it on to Tank, done his thing, Rasa finished it off, and there you go. So it's really weird, but it's different dynamics, and it depends on the day.
Now, there's been a lot of arguments recently that the grime sound is merging with the trap sound, and the lines are becoming very blurred, and that the traditional grime sound is being lost a little bit. A lot of people are arguing that maybe it's sounding a bit Americanized. Sometimes people would say that maybe the HeavyTrackerz sounds a bit trappy as well. Now, what's your opinions on that?
The closer they get to us and the more we advance, they're gonna like meet in the middle somewhere, innit? So I don't think it's a absolute bad thing. As long as we still got our essence and the evolution is still, like, we're still progressing, I don't think it's a problem where we're meeting in the middle. It kind of, from the production to blend, the artist may blend. Then the bridge the gap between the two, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, it's natural for any sound to change. You can't keep it exactly the same forever. Where grime came from, it was a different genre. It evolved into grime. It's going to evolve. I'm not going to say it's going to evolve into something else, but it's going to progress. Hopefully it could stay as called grime. It won't lose this whole foundation, but it's not a problem with the sound change, and it's just as long as everyone likes it, as long as it's still good music, what's the problem? I don't think there's a problem at all.
Well, let me ask you then, G. Do you feel like when you're getting busy behind the boards and you're making a new beat, do you ever feel like there's an importance for you to preserve the Britishness in the sound that you're producing?
Not exactly, because like in terms of how we work anyway, is we've always been like neglected for our sound from before anyway, because our sound was too different in the first place. You wouldn't hear a Trackerz beat on a set for something because it was too melodic. Like, so from get-go, we was planning to go somewhere else with it, to make songs, people that can actually tunes that can be actually played on radio, to be structured properly rather than just one bass or one kick and one snare and just throughout the whole tune. We tried to make grime structural, like make a structure out of grime basically. So now, hence why probably German Whip popped up, and that's why now you see Wiley's tunes, Chasing the Arts, popped up, because they're all songs. They're grime songs. They're not grime tunes that you hear like on a set or anything.
Like rhythms.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So there's a bridge, there's a gap between having a grime instrumental and having a grime song. Because a grime song, you can just literally make it in 5 minutes. Not trying to be like big-headed or anything, but if you was to go and make a grime tune, you know what the outcome's gonna be. If you was making a grime song, there's a lot more thought into it. So that's my point of view on in terms of that anyway.
So T, would you say that's where HeavyTrackerz strengths lie, in producing rather than beat making?
I think you literally took the words out of my mouth. There is a difference between being a producer and a beat maker. And from early, when our music wasn't played anywhere, we stuck by that, motto, which was literally, let's make music. Let's turn the corner with grime. Like, it doesn't have to be underground. It doesn't have to be something that's very dark, very sinister. You can take grime, you can have a structure like Tank said, and make it a song. Like, because this is where we are. We're in 2015, and it's up to us to make that genre grow and reach out, rather than crying about the fact that we don't have a category, or we just about had a mobile category just now. Well, it's our fault, because we keep making things for the bedroom, or we keep making things for our friends, and we don't think about these people that are out there that want to hear a verse and a chorus. Like, there's nothing wrong with the old school format. And the old school format to music has always been the same. It's
the 8 bar,
verse,
the 4
yeah,
bar.
you get, but you get what I mean. Like, you should have your verses, you should have your choruses, and it should be a good song. Hence why German Whip worked, because it was a novelty song. It was something that you can sing, that your mum can sing, that your little brother can sing, and that's the whole point. I feel like we don't do enough music, we don't do enough songs. We do too much, I'm a bad man kind of music. I don't want to conform, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Our music is for the radio as much as the club. But I'd be happy to be on the radio all day, so that's cool with me.
The Hitmakers themselves. This one's featuring D-Double-E, Bootsy, P-Money, Stormzy, Big Nasty, Flirta D, and Desperado. So let's not delay and get into this one right now. This one's called Trackers.
Oh my God.
The top of the year, January, you released the Trackers track with a whole load of MCs on it. Talk to us about the making of that track.
Trackers was really cool. It's funny because the actual tune is inadvertently kind of a sign to the scene. Reason being, because we do a lot of stuff that are radio based, like Not That Deep and German Whip and other tunes that are really more known on the radio rather than in a club. So we kind of sat down and we decided to make a tune that people won't have, nothing but to play in a club. Do you get what I mean? Because a lot of people, we always hear people go, "Oh, you guys are like very melodic when it comes to grime. Your grime isn't actually grime," kind of thing. So we was like, you know what? January, we're just gonna make this tune and we're just gonna, literally bat the ball out of the park and just go out there. And that's what it is. Like, we done originators for P, and he was like, yo, we should do like a remix. We should get everyone. We should go back to the essence of grime. Since grime is back on the rise, let's take back the new generation to what it used to be, like back in the days when you used to have different MCs just spitting 8 or 16s and going back to back. So we did that. It was a long process, I must say.
Yeah.
Getting all these people on one track is nuts, like literally nuts. It's a lot of work, but it popped off. The video was very stressful. Again, trying to get 8 people to do a video on the same day is crazy. But when that worked, we knew what we were doing. Like we knew it was gonna pop off, and that was pretty much us saying we can do the radio stuff, but we can also do the dirty club bangers. You know, like literally where you might hear in, I don't know, Eskimo Dance or Sidewinder or whatever. So that's how it came about, really. And P Money really helped us out with that as well. To be fair, but there you go.
It's been another big one. Myself, SK Vibemaker for Rinse TV with the HeavyTrackerz. Thank you very much for coming through, lads.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks, man. We're the HeavyTrackerz. Follow us on Twitter at HeavyTrackerz. You find everything there. Singles out now, Trackers.